Today we will be learning about America's first colony, Jamestown. You might know it from the movie Pocahontas.
These are not men like us, but strange beasts with bodies that shine like the sun, and weapons that spout fire and thunder.
Honestly, that movie is not too far off from the actual relationship between the Native Americans and the settlers. But let's start at the beginning. On December 6, 1606, men and boys from England landed in North America and decided to settle in what is now Virginia. They picked land that was good for defense against any colonizers making their way to the new Americas. It was surrounded by water on three sides, which made it a great place for them to store their boats. Long before disease and famine began to set in, many died by consuming contaminated water or food, or from new diseases they hadn't been exposed to. However, the Powhatan Native Americans helped the settlers with farming and finding clean water, which helped the settlement survive for a while. In 1610, a fleet that was lost at sea arrived in Jamestown to find it in shambles. The Native Americans had turned against them because they had asked for too much food, and many were starving and diseased. They were about to abandon the town when two ships arrived unexpectedly with 150 new settlers, tobacco crops to plant, supplies, and a new governor for Jamestown. Things were finally looking up in Jamestown. They began harvesting crops, trading with the Native Americans again, and learning valuable skills from the Native Americans. However, in 1619, the first Africans were brought to the settlement. 50 men, women, and children came to work on the tobacco crops. These were the first slaves in America. As years went on, there were many issues with the settlers and their governors. Tobacco prices dropped and taxes were going higher and higher, as well as many issues with Native Americans involving trade in food, which eventually led to a rebellion of the settlers against their governor, William Berkeley, called the Bacon Rebellion of 1676. It ended in the driving out of the governor and burning down of Jamestown. 1698 was the end of Jamestown. Most of it was burned and abandoned. And that was the short history of America's first colony, Jamestown, Virginia.